What if everything you thought you knew about the architects of our digital world was a carefully constructed lie? What if the quiet kid who built a platform for connection actually built an empire on a foundation of borrowed ambition? And what if, behind those unnervingly vacant eyes, lay a truth far stranger than fiction? Mark Zuckerberg. The name alone conjures images of hoodies, Harvard, and a relentless, almost alien drive. A prodigious intellect, undeniable. A visionary, perhaps. But was he truly an innovator? Or a master orchestrator, playing a game we were all too naive to understand? Let's peel back the layers of the legend, because the story of how Facebook became Facebook and how Zuckerberg became a billionaire almost overnight is less fairy tale and more corporate espionage, if you believe the whispers. It starts, as all good legends do, in a dorm room. The year is 2003, Harvard. A young Mark Zuckerberg creates FaceMash, a hot or not site using photos hacked from university databases. Crude, yes. Controversial, absolutely. But it showed a glimpse of his audacious spirit, a willingness to push boundaries, to bend rules. A test run, perhaps, for something much, much bigger. Then came the Facebook. The official narrative paints a picture of a singular genius, a lone wolf coding his way to destiny. But the narrative is riddled with inconvenient truths, with legal battles, and with the persistent echo of accusations. The Winklevoss twins and Divya Narendra alleged that Zuckerberg stole their idea, Harvard Connection, a social networking site they had hired him to help build. They had the concept, the ambition, the early framework. Zuckerberg had the access. And then he had the Facebook. Was it a brilliant pivot or a calculated snatch and grab? Did he see their vision, absorb it, and then, with his superior coding prowess, simply make it his? Did he just take it? The courts eventually settled, a whopping $65 million later. But the question lingered. Can you truly own an idea when someone else brings it to life first? And when does inspiration cross the line into appropriation? Facebook exploded. From Harvard, to other universities, to the world. It wasn't just a website, it was a societal earthquake. Suddenly, everyone was connected, everyone was sharing, everyone was providing data. And Zuckerberg, the quiet, socially awkward programmer, was at the helm of a global phenomenon. A billionaire before he could legally buy a beer in some states. Record time indeed. But at what cost? And whose dreams were trampled underfoot on that rapid ascent? Did he just know it would work? Or was he simply the perfect vessel for a much larger, more insidious, digital revolution? And then, there's the other story. The one whispered in hushed tones across the internet, debated in the darkest corners of online forums, and joked about, perhaps a little too nervously, in everyday conversation. The one that asks, is Mark Zuckerberg even human? The Reptilian conspiracy. It sounds absurd, doesn't it? A billionaire tech titan, secretly a shape-shifting alien from another dimension, here to harvest our data, control our minds, and ultimately, subjugate humanity. But look closer. The stiff posture, the oddly precise movements, the notorious testimony before Congress, where he seemed to struggle with basic human emotions, blinking unnaturally, giving robotic responses. Was it just nerves? Or was it a faulty human interface, struggling to emulate what it fundamentally isn't? His public appearances often fuel the fire, the glazed stare, the uncanny calm in the face of intense scrutiny, the almost programmatic responses. Is he truly an introvert, profoundly uncomfortable in the spotlight? Or is he something far older, far colder, observing us, learning our patterns, anticipating our every click? Why does he seem to move through the world with such an uncanny, almost detached precision? Why do those eyes sometimes appear to hold no warmth, no flicker of genuine human connection? They say the eyes are the window to the soul. But what if there's no soul there to begin with? What if the ultimate goal of Facebook, of Meta, isn't just advertising revenue, but something far more profound? Is he simply an exceptionally intelligent, socially awkward human being who built an unprecedented platform? Or is there a deeper, more unsettling truth to the man behind the curtain, pulling the strings of billions of lives, orchestrating our digital existence, one carefully cultivated connection at a time. We live in his world now, a world of feeds, likes, shares, and endless scrolling. A world where connection is currency and our attention is the ultimate prize. Was it all by design? Is he truly the master of this digital universe, or merely a pawn in a game far beyond our comprehension? And when you look into his eyes, I mean really look, what do you see reflecting back?